Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today, Saturday, February 28, we're back with a new important video. Today, Barca faces Villarreal at home at 4:15 p.m. at the Spotify camp. On paper, it's a very complicated match against Marcelino's side. So we're going to talk about it in this video, along with a major transfer update, actually two big updates, regarding FC Barcelona's transfer market. We'll talk about Marcus Rashford, Andreas Christensen, and many other topics. So feel free to get comfortable, like, and support the video. Before talking about the match against Villarreal and so on, let's discuss the big news that dropped yesterday, especially concerning Marcus Rashford. An agreement has been reached between FC Barcelona and Marcus Rashford's agent. I made a video a few days ago explaining that we were close to an agreement between Rashford, his agent, and FC Barcelona to continue together. So an agreement has now been found between the player and the club. Regarding salary, we're talking about Euros 12 million gross per year for the player, potentially on a 3-year contract. Now we have to see one thing. Will Barca pay and trigger the Euros 30 million by option, or will they try to negotiate with Manchester United for a slight discount? In any case, it has been agreed between the parties that Rashford will indeed stay in Barcelona, that if the option isn't activated, there could be an agreement with United, and if no agreement is reached, they'll activate the clause. So either way, we're potentially talking about a Euros 30 million transfer paid over 3 years, 3 installments of Euros 10 million. That's what had been agreed with Manchester United in the purchase option that was set. Now about his salary, Euros 12 million gross annually. He was on 19 at Manchester United, and he's at 14 this season, with United actually paying part of it. In reality, Barca pays around 12, so it doesn't change much. Still, it's quite a high salary for a player like Rashford, a squad player who will bring depth. That's very interesting. He's arrived at the prime of his career, around 28, 29 years old. This could be the most important contract of his life after the Manchester United one, not necessarily in terms of money, but in terms of importance for his career and the legacy he'll leave. So it's important for him. He made some financial concessions to stay. It remains a fairly high salary for Barca because to register him next summer, they'll need roughly Euros 22-23 million in fair play margin. But with the expected departures of Lewandowski and other players, the wage bill will drop, which is very important and very interesting. We'll see what happens. In any case, Flick and Deco jointly decided that the player should stay. You should know he's highly appreciated in the dressing room. His attitude is very well liked. He never complains when he doesn't play, and he brings a lot of depth. I remind you that with Rafinha's absence, he provided strong stats. Of course, in terms of overall play, we can expect more from him. There's also the fact that this is an adaptation year for him. We shouldn't forget that. Little by little, he's integrating and producing them, putting up stats around 10 goals and 9 assists or something like that. For a player who just arrived is pretty interesting. He has a good passing quality. Honestly, something I didn't know about him. And his passing when he cuts inside onto his right foot is really impressive too. Next, the other piece of news concerns Andreas Christensen. FC Barcelona is continuing its intention to extend Christensen. A first verbal offer has been made to renew the Dane. The offer is very low, Euros 6 million gross plus bonuses depending on the number of matches played. Barca's situation is this. They think if he renews, that's good because they keep a quality center back when he's available, and his salary will match his presence. And if he doesn't want to renew, well, too bad. They'll save on wages because right now he earns Euros 12-13 million gross. So Barca has chosen this strategy for the defense. Obviously, next summer, that doesn't change the fact that Barca still wants to strengthen that position with a left-footed center back. Still, the center back situation will need to be monitored because you won't be able to keep everyone. When you already have players like Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, and Gerard Martin, plus Araujo and potentially Christensen if he renews, there will inevitably be a departure, maybe even an unexpected one. Keep an eye on Gerard Martin and also other possible exits like Araujo, even though I'd be very surprised given his salary. We know his agents have a very good relationship with Deco. We'll see what could happen next summer. Then regarding the match between Barca and Villarreal, we're expecting a very dangerous game. Yesterday in his press conference, Flick said, "We won the away match, but honestly, it was almost a miracle. It's a very difficult team to play against. It's an away-type team even when they play away from home." Remember last season late in the year against Villarreal? They put us in trouble. It's always a tough side that plays real football. It's a Marcelino team, a Champions League level side. I remind you they won't have Gerard Moreno up front because he'll be absent, but they still have quality players like Nicolas Pepe, players in midfield who can cause a lot of damage like Pape Gueye. I remember their match against Real Madrid. They lost there, but they missed big chances. Gerard Moreno had an opportunity that could have made it 1-1. In the end, they lost, but it's a team that's difficult to play against that plays good football, and that leaves space. So Barca will definitely have chances to score, but also to concede, that's certain. I don't forget they also have many internationals in this Villarreal squad, and Barca will have to be extremely serious in the La Liga title race because it starts today with a very tough schedule. Villarreal, then Athletic Club at San Mamés next week. Not to mention matches against Rayo and Atletico. It's a very intense run of fixtures, and Barca must stay focused. We'll have to see the starting 11 because De Jong won't be present. Will we see Pedri and Bernal in midfield? Will Pedri maybe start on the bench? Normally he should be in the starting lineup, but alongside whom? Olmo Casado, Eric Garcia. It's a real question mark. We'll break all that down, but it's going to be very interesting. It's a first kind of assessment to be made this afternoon against a team that's very serious, very hard to play, and that will press us very high. That's something I'm really looking forward to seeing. That's basically everything for today's news. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments, like, comment, and share. Don't hesitate to support the video. It always means a lot.